What's going on? What's up, everybody? It's Will for the Marvelite this week. We have my co-host Luke.
Lubba dub.
We got Farewell 34, Mike.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
We got Nasty Nick in the house.
Nasty Nick. That's a good. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
for father sins. And,
father sins. Yeah.
And we got Super Luke from the Super.
Oh, come on! That one's
Luke.
Lame.
Super Luke.
Ooh.
I call ours Lukel like Linkle, but what do you want to be? Legendary Luke.
Yes, I'm fine with that. Repetition.
Luke? No, dude, just call him by his chat name. Like, you know.
We're not gonna call him that. No, that stays with the
Just feet represent.
Okay, never mind. He just threw it out there. Whatever.
Dude, this is
ruined it. Care.
You ruined it. This is becoming a shit show quickly.
Yeah, but moving on. We here are the Fabulous Five, but you know what else is big and number related? Big Hero 6. It's getting a TV series, so let's talk about that. The bad transitions are back for 2016.
Interesting.
Yeah. Big Hero 6 was. I didn't think it was TV material.
I didn't either. I'm imagining the show's probably gonna be like a cartoon, like they did with that. Not Enchanted or what the hell is that?
I kind of feel like
that Descendants TV show has a cartoon.
I feel like Kung Fu Panda. Didn't they get like a TV show too? Didn't they end up doing a bunch of those?
Yeah, but that happens with like all the DreamWorks stuff now, like the Dragon.
Yeah,
show.
Yeah. They kind of just like drag
know...
everything over to like Netflix, though.
Yeah, but
I know Penguins and crap got a TV show,
and so did How to Train Your Dragon, I believe too.
I know. Yeah. I know Baymax had a really big following after that, but like no one really talked about the rest of the movie. I thought it was good. There's a disturbing amount.
Okay.
There's a disturbing amount of porn of Honey Lemon and the other chick. But internet.
Well, I mean that's just DeviantArt.
Don't send me the links.
Wait, what network is this TV show coming to? Is it like Disney XD or something, or like what?
Disney XD.
Okay.
So it'll be terrible then.
Wait a minute. Does this confirm that there's not going to be a sequel?
Yeah, because if it's either like a TV show or a sequel, I'd rather get a sequel, honestly.
I really hope that TJ Miller comes back, though.
Oh, yeah, he was good.
Dude, he's under contract, though, with Fox now.
Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get a Man of Action to start on Big Hero 6.
Man of Action, oh gosh. That's their thing.
There are rumors that there was going to be a Big Hero 7 where, what was his name, Takashi was going to be the villain. I'm like, are you shitting me?
Yeah, that was actually kind of interesting. Like, what's Takashi again? Is he Sunfire or Sunspot?
Who was he? Yeah, the movie wasn't bad, but it was kind of forgettable. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not like.
Or
I don't think it's like a.
It looked pretty. I mean, I'll give it that.
Yeah, it looked good, and it
looks pretty.
It was fine, and the cast was like pretty accurate to who they were. Like, it was nice having a Hispanic hero. And it was a hella diverse team, but
I remember the chicken wings. I like those. I want to see.
Look, I just like Baymax is cute. Like the movie itself is cute. I just like I thought that was it. Honestly, like I didn't think it was ever gonna go anywhere. And the fact that it's getting a TV show kind of proves me right. But
yeah, I mean. I imagine some of the cast. It's not like all of them are doing anything. Like Damon Wayans Jr. isn't up to much because he's not a New Girl anymore. And it's the last thing you heard Jamie Chung in. And
nothing.
No idea.
I think Ryan Potter was on a show called Super Ninjas Super Ninjas.
Super Ninjas?
Yeah, for Nickelodeon.
Is that like Black Ninjas?
It was literally take Rush Hour, make them kids, and make them ninjas. That's it. That's the whole show.
Oh boy!
It had two seasons and you never heard about it. But like, anyways, that's the guy that played Hero, and he's a month older than me. He's not even that old. But no, I'm sure he's not doing anything. He was on Fred the Show. He's not doing jack shit.
He ain't doing anything. What do you say? When's the last thing he's ever done? Why, Big Hero 6 is the last thing he's ever done.
Actually, yeah. The dude that played his brother Tadashi was in X-Men Origins. Wolverine.
Oh, Tadashi. I liked him.
That's a great film,
like
Wolverine Origins.
Don't lie to these people, Nick.
I'm trying to shill out for Fox.
We're gonna show you that movie one of these days, Nick.
I hate you.
I'm trying to shill for Fox, dude. Like, I just saw another movie for them, and like, I gotta keep my credibility up, so they keep inviting me back.
Yeah.
Hush, though. Hush.
Listeners, we'll talk about that in the future when the embargo lifts.
5 Marvelites from now.
5 Marvelites.
It's like 6, I think.
No.
But
we'll talk about that shit show.
Yeah, no. The only ones kind of doing shit from the cast are like Jamie Chung, maybe Maya Rudolph, maybe Genesis Rodriguez. TJ Miller's probably at Fox now, so we're probably not gonna.
Yeah, so like if some of the cast aren't returning and it's a TV, I don't know if I'm that hyped for it or even all that interested. I would have been more interested in the sequel, in all honesty, but
wait,
TV series.
There was that rumor
you guys said
about
TJ Miller,
Tadashi being evil. I'm just like, that could be an interesting setup.
That would have been interesting. That's what I was going for in the original. That's what I thought was going to happen.
But no, that wasn't it at all. It was a janitor.
They went the basic. It's like, it's really the professor guy.
It was a janitor whose daughter got sucked into a wormhole.
I know.
Granted, that's an unexpected change for villains. Like, holy shit, the janitor was the bad guy. What type of Scooby-Doo fuck shit? Like.
No, I mean, like, I do remember though from that movie, like that when he came up with like his powers and stuff, the nanobots, whatever. That was like that looked really cool.
That's a cool concept, but I just like when I watched the movie. They played it at my school because my school has that type of access, and we get to watch movies like when they're out of theaters but before DVD. And I'm just sitting there watching it. There were a lot of Asian people actually that were watching this movie. Like, an astounding amount. The room I was in was...
astounding amount.
85% very mixed race Asian population. It was very surprising. I'm like, I didn't know the fan base was that big for it.
I actually got to see The Avengers 2 months before it came out. It was really dope.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was back actually when I worked for a security company, and we did security at, like, press junkets, like screenings for... movies before they came out, so like critics would go in there and watch and kind of give like reviews. Like they were allowed to go in there with like notepads or even iPads and just go and like write their thoughts down as they're watching the movie and stuff. Like they couldn't release any of their reviews until much later, but that was pretty neat. So I have no idea why I just told you guys that.
What does that correlate to? Is that another screening that happened recently about a secret movie that is coming out? And...
Civil War.
Well, I mean, if you want to bring it up, there were some reactions to like a couple leaked screenings or something. Nope.
Yeah, no, you're right. Civil War, they started doing early screenings for right, and then word came out that it's what did they say in the article? It was like an emotional horror.
Well, granted, this is coming from Devin Faraci, so yeah.
Salt grains abound. But
yeah, the same guy that said he was hearing bad buzz on Daredevil, like. And
well, I mean,
shit.
Nick. You don't like Jessica Jones, so you're a misogynist. Why should I trust you?
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly, you didn't like one show with a female lead. So
I'll stick with my boy Faraci. He knows what's up.
Huh?
Super Cutie on CBS. I like that.
Who are you trying to plug in right now?
Oh,
Nick?
that chick.
Super Friends. Yeah, you can go check out a new episode tomorrow.
Listen, we don't talk about the
this is a Marvelite.
This is the Marvel show.
we talk about you guys all the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, like in the early reviews for the thing, he talked about like we can't trust it fully, but he said that Black Panther was phenomenal and Spider-Man was great. So
yeah,
kind of happy about that.
Yeah, they kind of said that like they skipped completely over Spider-Man's origin in the movie, which I'm thankful for. There's no need for his origin to be in a Captain America movie of all movies.
Listen,
so
they
just kind of dive. They just dive right into the character.
There are two.
They're saying.
There are two Uncle Bens that everyone knows: the black man on the rice box and the white dude that gets shot. Oddly enough, those are weirdly switched positions, but
No, dude, his origin, like, basically, they're going to add in an origin. They're going to be, he's cooking dinner. He looks at the Uncle Ben rice box. A tear falls down his eye as it goes back to that fateful night where his dad, Black Uncle Ben, falls down with a box of rice.
Transition into that moment.
Yeah, Peter is actually adopted.
He's mixed, so people don't get pissed off about not having a black Pete.
It's mixed, but it's still Peter.
Speaking of a black Spider-Man,
we would have jumped to that topic really fast. Do you want to?
We can.
Okay.
Yeah, we can because the other topic kind of like would take up the better half of the show. So.
Okay. I mean, did you guys have anything else you wanted to say about that whole Civil War leak or whatever?
I'll believe it when I see the next trailer, which is hopefully better.
I'm hoping the controversial thing is actually true because I really want a Marvel movie to be controversial in terms of the ending.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
But don't show a Spider-Man though; it'll be a beautiful surprise. But
I have to add, like, out of all the crap that keeps leaking, they're really putting a tight lid over Spider-Man because he is not leaking at all.
Yeah, but you know why? Because
okay
there could be a big lawyer financial thing with Sony if that leaks out.
But guys,
but it's not official marketing though. That's what I'm saying.
Axel Alonso, he gave us the first look, guys.
He leaked it on a business card. Okay, that's not really something that can be copyrighted.
Dude,
Shut up! I saw the web wings and everything.
Plus, the suits don't all match up, so we don't.
Dude,
know.
when Axel Alonso tweeted that business card out, why didn't he put the caption "New card"? What do you think on Twitter?
Hey man,
Who knows?
He should have been like hashtag Am I gonna get fired?
It's an American Psycho reference for anyone wondering.
Oh yeah, you made me remember. Business card. He got it. What was it? Not laminated.
It has a watermark on it.
It has a watermark on it, which I think it did. It did have we put a watermark on it.
Yeah, it has our watermark on it. Okay, that's the watermark for the Axel Alonso business card. I just hope that everybody knows that.
That's our territory.
Yeah, so moving on.
We broke that thing that's probably not real.
Miles Morales, dude.
Okay, so in kind of a spoiler for Mike, but he...
Yeah, I just bought it's right next to me, but like it's okay.
It's kind of
a spoiler for everyone who hasn't read it.
Yeah, it's kind of a spoiler for everyone who hasn't read it, which you should.
Just kind of breeze over it.
Let's be honest. The majority of y'all's audience doesn't read comics.
Nobody reads comics.
That's true.
All right. So, anyways, I thought it was an interesting thing that happened in the book. So, Miles is fighting villain in the book who, if you read it, you'll find out. I'm not gonna ruin it for everybody. It's not that big of a surprise, but
thank you.
But during the battle damage, someone, a vlogger who I'm pretty sure represents someone from Tumblr, because if I remember correctly, she's ethnic with dyed hair, and she's really excited because during the battle damage, she takes a pause and zooms in. She's like, you can see some of Miles' brown skin peek through the suit, and she's really excited. And she's like, hey, look, we may have a Spider-Man of color. And it actually makes news, and she's freaking out and everything. She's like, I'm so excited. Miles, on the other hand, isn't that excited because his kind of thought is, well, I don't want to be seen as the black Spider-Man. I just want to be my own Spider-Man. And when I was reading it in the moment, I'm just like, I can see both halves. Because, as a dude, because he's like, well, first of all, I'm half Latino. And I'm like, that's also true. Sometimes people forget that. And it's kind of like, I can relate to that, and I'm sure the president gets that, because it's like, we always call him the black president instead of just the president, because he's mixed. And, like, I'm mixed too, via my mom and my grandparents and whatnot. So, but when people see me, they're going to be like, oh, he's one of the black nerds, or he's that black dude. But, like, I'm mixed, so I'm just still a dude at the end of the day. So I can kind of see why he was upset. But at the same time, I'm like, but dude, you should also be proud that you're kind of, like, you're not really trailing. You kind of are and aren't coasting off of being known as, like, that Spider-Man. They're not basing you off of that Spider-Man. Like, this is his own Spider-Man. This is, like, the black Spider-Man. But I kind of see both things. But I want to know what you guys thought of that, because I thought it was an interesting thing. And it's starting to blow up on Tumblr, which didn't surprise me at all.
Dude, because it was like it was a meta reference. Like, it was literally calling out Tumblr in the comic.
Which is funny because Bendis is on Tumblr.
Yeah,
he's really heavy on Tumblr.
I think it was Bendis self-inserting his opinion though, because like over the past like couple of years, like everyone has talked about Miles as like, oh, he's like the Black Spider-Man. But like I think, like even he's like, no, like he's just Spider-Man, guys. Like that was him like literally talking to the audience at that point. He's like, yeah,
yeah. I think like what you're saying, Nick. it's like him pretty much is kind of like, because in the real world, like when Miles first came out, they're like, oh my gosh, Black Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and I think that wasn't really reflected in the actual book, and I think now they're actually kind of touching upon that, and like I get from Miles' perspective because I get where he's coming from, and if I were in this situation, I think I would have the same response, like, dude, I'm Spider-Man, I don't want my ethnicity or background to represent, like, I'm this kind of superhero, or I would just want to be like, I'm this person in this mask, and forget whatever color I am, whatever gender I am, I'm helping people out, and I'm doing my thing. I don't want to be labeled this or that.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, he was preceded by, like, another McSpider-Man, Miguel O'Hara, from 2099, and a Latino female Spider-Man. Like, because we had Aranya, who people forget, even though she's actually really cool and one of the cooler characters, and they just shoved her into Web Warriors, which no one reads.
Yeah, I mean, like, we also had an Indian Spider-Man as well.
Yeah.
People seem to forget him as well,
Was
but
it
he's a
Prebatar?
really cool character.
I think it was
Yeah, he had a really cool moment in Spider-Verse, actually. If you guys haven't read Spider-Verse, I highly recommend it. That's one of my favorite, actually, Spider-Man arcs in recent memory. So,
except they killed Spider-Man Unlimited, but,
But they brought back Uncle Ben.
Oh, yeah.
The rice?
I was about to say, we also have a white, blonde, blue-eyed woman as Spider-Man, so yeah, take that.
Yeah,
We got a Spider-Man of every flavor.
yeah, no, there really are spider people of every flavor. Like, there is an Indian one.
No, but
what were you saying?
well, just to kind of talk on this is because it's just because, like, this has been coming up very recently, because, like, there was that whole, I don't even know if there was a petition for it, but I know there was, like, a big outcry, like, Miles should be the new Spider-Man in the movies, and it was getting really big. Like, everyone, like, I thought it was way bigger than when even Miles was first introduced, and, like, that was huge when he first came out. But I mean, like, now, because everyone's discovering this character, like, oh, he should be the new Spider-Man because, he's diverse, and he's like the dyed-haired lady in the comic. He's black, so put him on there. And it's like,
we know nothing about it. But
well, it's
he's
just because,
diverse.
like, they're not looking at him as a character. That was the big thing. Like, I think that's what, kind of like what Nick was going to, that's what Bendis is just telling his audience. Like, can we just read Miles as a character and not the color of his skin? Because, like, he transcends that. Like, he's such a cool character that it's kind of not fair to just associate him as the Black Spider-Man and to just have him for the purpose of furthering diversity, because he transcends that just as how cool of a character he is.
Exactly.
Cool.
That's such service level stuff.
Yeah.
Just looking at him for that.
And I think it's good that, I think Miles is a character, he should embrace his heritage and whatnot. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
but
that's not...
but like at the end of the day, he is Spider-Man. Like, his suit is different. And I mean, like, if you're going to call him the Black Spider-Man, call him with that because that's what his suit color is.
Yeah.
Not really based on...
Exactly.
It's like... Because, it's bad enough that Spider-Man was getting shot at. Now they find out he's black in New York? It's a wrap. Like...
Yeah.
Where the cops are going to be like, I knew it.
They're like, fucking knew it.
They're going to shoot him on sight.
They're like, oh, great, the black people are swinging from the skies. We can't catch them. Like, that's probably what they think now, but still...
World War Z all over again.
But yeah, no, I think, because I can see both perspectives, because even if I'm thinking about it, I'm like, if that was me in that suit, I'd be like, now hold on a second, like, I know who I am, and I'm proud of who I am, but he also has a secret identity, so...
like, screw that lady, because she probably, like, not by a lot, but now they can kind of limit the people that can be the new Spider-Man, and everyone's like fuck that lady. She could have inadvertently outed him in the future.
Yeah.
Like, all I have to say on this Spider-Man topic is Ice Cube better play JJJ in the new Spider-Man
That
movie.
would be awesome.
Dude, they gotta...
Ice-T, dude.
Oh, dude, that
You mean to tell me that there's some kind of Spider-Man swinging from the buildings with these Avengers? Yes, J. Jonah Jameson, it's been happening for the past 6 years.
Yeah, Ice, that's kind of his thing. It's kind of in the name. Spider-Man. He swings around a lot. You mean to tell me that there's some kind of Spider-Man swinging from buildings? Yeah, Ice. It's kind of.
He been on our building before?
Dude,
Yeah.
fuck Ice Cube, Ice T for JJ, man.
Either of the Ices for J. Jonah Jameson.
Both of them, an amalgam of the two.
They just switch them out between scenes. And just no one says anything.
Yeah, just every other scene is the other
They
one.
have the same type of scary ass face when they're pissed off, so you know. But yeah,
Oh my
I mean,
god.
what were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing.
No, go ahead. Speak
No,
your piece, brother.
I thought of something that it was extremely inappropriate. So I'm not
We'll talk.
Yeah, we should probably skip over that.
We'll
Then.
talk about it afterwards then.
Yeah.
But moving into our last topic, Gambit is canceled. Thank God. But now we have two.
Oh,
Fucking,
you guys aren't
Okay.
clapping?
now we got.
No,
Hold
not
up,
clapping?
hold up. Gambit's not canceled. It's not on the schedule anymore. Nick made sure to clarify that in the news topic. It's not canceled. So if you're don't celebrate too soon. It might still.
If it's
come.
not on the
Yeah.
For some
I
reason,
retract those
Nick
claps.
really wants this game.
if it's not on the schedule, it's
You
canceled
really
to me.
want this Channing Tatum to happen?
Dude, I think it's
He
just
really
being
wants to see Channing
reworked.
Tatum.
It's just being reworked right now. They pushed the movie back just because they had the whole director shift this past couple months and all that. I mean, I don't know, the whole price tag. It was going to be like $150 million movie and all this stuff. So it's just
Yeah, and after Deadpool, they probably want to cut that down and rework
But
it.
why? It's fucking
Yeah.
babyface Tatum. Come on, get someone better. Get the dude from Origins. He was actually good.
Don't let Nick fool you. He actually has a poster of Channing Tatum on his wall.
We all have a poster of Channing Tatum on our wall.
Screw you.
Yeah,
I have a
you
photo
guys
of
can't
Will.
see, on the other side of my room, there's actually a giant, it's literally a movie poster of Magic Mike with him just on his knees on top of the stage.
Nah, man, mine
There
is
you
from
go.
Donald
Shirtless.
Glover from Magic Mike XXL, which he was in, by the way. He did play.
Look,
I missed that one. I really wish I saw
Yeah,
that.
he was a lounge singer.
well, I mean, look, clearly the audience is there for a Gambit movie. Nick's video proved that. All the people commenting literally wanted a Gambit movie.
Yeah, they're like, I hope it's not canceled. He's my favorite X-Men. I'm like, yeah.
Sorry about your luck. No, here's on a serious note. I think their best bet is to rework it, as you guys said, and do it cheaper because $150 million is way too much money to do a Gambit solo movie.
Y'all motherfuckers
I think it would
tripping.
flop, in all honesty.
$150 million for a Gambit movie? It's gonna be in a bayou
Yeah.
in Louisiana. It's gonna be fucking Nolans.
Yeah, and
all day.
Exactly.
I would love to see action movies go back to doing a medium-sized budget, and I think Deadpool reminded Hollywood that it can be done because I think that the industry has forgotten that over the past 10 years is that you can make an extremely awesome movie for dirt cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you really
you
can.
You can make an awesome R-rated movie for literally a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like a number 3 combo, you guys can make 500 mil back.
Yeah.
It's for real.
I mean,
Deadpool
and
proved it.
the amount of money that Deadpool's already made speaks massive volumes to how much profit that they have gained from this movie. A
300
lot.
million?
Yeah, so I mean,
Counting?
I think 400 million.
This is
Still.
probably the smartest and the best decision Fox has made when it comes to their X-Men universe.
And that
Well,
says a lot.
yeah.
And the thing is that they didn't give a fuck about it from the beginning. That's why Tim Miller had so much creative control over it. They literally didn't give a fuck. They were just like, here's $50 million, go make your movie, whatever.
The only
You know?
time historically not giving a fuck has actually worked out flawlessly.
And now Deadpool's their biggest franchise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we all know Apocalypse probably might not be too well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Again, we'll talk about that later.
When that embargo gets lifted.
But no, apart from Gambit, they also announced 2 other future mysterious dates, right? One a year after the initial release date of the Gambit film,
Yeah.
and then another one I forgot the date.
One of those has to be Deadpool 2.
Definitely.
oh
And
yeah,
then, the other one I'm assuming is
Yeah.
X-Force. Possibly New Mutants. If by any chance that Bryan Singer is done with his fucking franchise,
No.
we will get a New Mutants movie.
Nope.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Luke.
But
MCU's never gonna get mutants.
fuck off.
They'll get Wolverine.
I think-
I have to
well,
remind you
the-
guys.
Don't
remind him,
Luke.
Don't remind him.
The dates they announced The new dates are October 7th, 2017, and then the other one's January 20-something, 2018.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
wow. Okay.
So I think that the October date is the Gambit movie. It just got slided back 1 year.
Infinity War crossover, though.
But I don't know.
Wasn't one of those Fantastic Four 2 before it got taken off the slate?
No, Fantastic Four 2 was a July date.
Okay.
Now it's
Yeah,
gone.
that's supposed to be coming out, this year? Or next year?
No, it was originally July 2017, so next year, but it's gone now.
that's not happening.
It's still happening,
so those
guys.
2 dates, one in, I think you said January, Nick?
Yeah,
and
so
one
I'm thinking that, Gambit went back 1 year, and then Deadpool 2 is probably the January date.
Yeah, I probably just moved it up 2 weeks.
Because if you actually look at it, they were a little smart in putting Deadpool in January because 2018 Black Panther comes out February.
Oh, dude, they're fucked.
That is smart, yeah.
So
That
it would have
is smart.
been a bad move if they had put it in February originally.
And
but
racist.
it's January.
It would've been racist too.
Yes,
What
that's
would it be
why.
racist?
Wait. So Black Panther comes out in Black History Month?
Yeah,
Mind
2018.
you,
Dude, that is so based
it's like
on Marvel.
2 days before Valentine's Day.
Oh.
When is Cyborg coming out?
Fuck you, that's when it's coming out. 2020.
We don't know yet.
Actually,
It's just
I
20.
think it's actually 2020.
Cyborg will probably get reworked into Teen Titans.
Yeah, it's probably.
But that's
Yeah,
that's
'cause he's
DC crap.
the rumor-
We're talking about Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love DC though.
Yeah, well, you can talk about DC all you want on Super Friends, but we're on your show, the Marvelite.
But you
That's
know
true.
who hates DC? The CBC. At least that's what their comments say.
Oh.
Ooh.
So is that the show?
No. You guys want to know who's like the real DC fans though? Out of like everyone on the
Who,
internet.
Movie World?
All right. Movie World, Andre, okay, and J Roar. Dude,
We don't speak the name of sin in these parts.
no, for real though. Like J Roar really knows what he's talking about, guys.
I think you guys find a way to destroy your own podcasts.
Wait, what has Jay read? Has he even read a comic? Like, ever?
I mean, he claims to have. I don't know. Like
The pictures on the back of cereal boxes don't count as comics, Luke.
We are gonna get on blast on Twitter. You guys gotta stop.
Guys, I just want you to know Fable 34 has nothing to do with this. I'm just here to participate.
Hey, don't throw us
another
under the
time
bus.
hero.
You're in
playing
this as much as we are.
Just gonna plug my own
but,
channel another time here. We don't have anything to do with this, and by we I mean myself.
Yeah, going back to the whole Fox thing there, like, Gambit, I don't think Gambit's canceled, just got pushed back a year, and then obviously Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
so,
probably.
Yeah.
I don't.
But apparently, though, like, half of the budget was just going to be on making really cool cards, I heard. And they just want to cut it down.
Yeah, but who's asking? Okay, who's apparently Gambit has an audience, but was anyone asking? Honestly, I would want to see.
I wasn't asking for it.
I want to see a Storm movie with a good actress.
So here's what you do for Gambit that gets me interested. Put Rogue in it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm actually gonna.
There you go. I will go see Gambit
Yeah,
now because
cancel it.
Rogue
You
is
put
in it.
Rogue in it, I'll watch that movie.
That would make things...
I was
Like,
going to say make
option
them Uno
one
cards
is
and I'll
cancel.
be there, like, first day.
Yeah, like option 1 is cancel. Option 2, put in Rogue, and I'll be interested.
Also, X-Force is happening, confirmed, but it's not on the slate yet, so they haven't greenlit it, but it is happening. So
Listen,
So it's happening, but it hasn't been greenlit.
yeah, they're still they're still working. They're waiting for Deadpool 2 to come out because that's gonna introduce Domino and Cable.
yeah,
Then
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me my Storm movie with Viola
think-
Davis, and I'll be fine. Oh shit, she's Amanda Waller. Never mind.
Speaking on, I think I'm the only person that didn't really think we needed Cable for Deadpool 2.
We didn't
honestly.
need him, but
Like, feels
I
like
think it was wanted.
it feels like a waste, kind
But
of.
now-
I think we
uh,
want them though. All the fans wanted Cable for this movie, and Tim Miller said no, not for the first movie. So it's definitely for the sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
got
going to be a
Colossus.
Cable and Deadpool movie. It's not going to be a
And
Deadpool
actually,
sequel anymore.
I was thinking about this too because we were talking. I was talking to Luke about this. How we were saying that the Deadpool movie felt one and done. Like, where do you go after this? But introducing
Yeah,
other
exactly.
characters can actually introduce new storylines too.
Yeah.
Like a new
Oh,
I mean, that's
absolutely.
true. I just
way to them.
like
But,
here's
like,
my
we
one
didn't get much of the
thing.
enemies, though, from Deadpool. Like, it was really just, there's this Russian guy who's, like, doing shit. But other than that, and there's mutants. Like, we didn't get anything outside of that. So,
Like
bringing in someone else
here's
to
my
expand that.
like here's my biggest thing for Deadpool 2 because I was listening to a Screen Junkies thing with Kevin Smith and their pitches for Deadpool 2. They were like, man, this could be so funny. And my whole thing is, Deadpool 2 doesn't need to be insane, like, time travel shenanigans crap. If it's still, like, if it's basically Cable and Deadpool going on a road trip or teaming up, as long as they stay in the real world and don't do all kinds of crazy shit, I'm fine with it. Leave all of that crap with the X-Men. Deadpool doesn't need that.
You know, like, really when it comes to the time travel thing, they could just handle it, just like some quick exposition. Cable's just like, hey, I'm here from the future.
Yeah.
You know, and then never address it again, and I would be okay with that.
Yeah, they
Like-
completely get away with that. Like Ryan Reynolds just, or
Yeah.
sorry,
Like-
Deadpool just like, let's do it, and then
Like,
let's go.
my only thing with it is, and this was my pitch from the very beginning, if you had to have Cable, I want the Deadpool franchise to have more tragedy in it, because that's who Deadpool is. He's a very tragic character. It would be awesome, ballsy even, maybe, if they took that happy ending from Deadpool when he gets with Vanessa, she dies in Deadpool 2, and it's basically him and Cable trying to go back in time to save her, only for Wade to realize he can't save her. I just feel like Deadpool, this franchise, needs more tragedy.
Wasn't
in it.
that kind of like that was kind of a thing though in the first movie, where there's a whole reason why he was going after Francis though, is, you know, so he could resolve the problem of him looking really ugly, and then when he found out that he couldn't be fixed, then he just killed Ajax.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I just feel like my thing is I love the Deadpool movie. I love Deadpool himself. I was really disappointed with. I'll just say this: I think they were fine with being generous with Wade in the end, but if they really want to be true to Deadpool, I feel like you have to kill Vanessa, because he's such a tragic
She's
character.
gonna be a copycat though. To set up future sequels. And
they're gonna kill her, and they're gonna
Honestly,
they're gonna kill her and
not
bring in
needed.
his daughter from the comics, is from the Latina chick.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, the original plot of the movie was gonna set up Killbrew for a sequel, and they didn't do that.
Actually,
So,
that might be
you
a thing
know.
that works if Cable comes back from the future. God damn it! He's like, Wade, your daughter's in trouble. He's like, oh, okay, and Vanessa just dies mid-mission. But he managed to save his daughter. He's like, well, I saved one person, but at the cost of another.
If they introduce his daughter,
That-
actually, I'd be fine with that. That
That'd
was
be-
actually a cool thing from the post.
That'd be a pretty fair trade-off. It's like you lost your, waifu girlfriend, but your daughter is safe in the future. Like, she gets to live.
Yeah,
That's actually
It's
pretty
like-
cool.
yeah. But that's my spiel on Deadpool. I love Deadpool a lot.
Nah,
so
speak
I
of
wanted-
truth.
Speak your piece, brother. But it's like, yeah, dude, you saved your daughter. From who? From Vanessa? A funny story about that. She didn't make it. What do you mean? She dies in the middle of this mission. So I have to pick between my daughter and my wife. Yeah. Good luck with that. You Scott Summers.
Yeah, and that
cockfucker.
would actually be a perfect. That would actually be a perfect thing too. Again, like I said, I think the franchise needs more tragedy to really feel like Deadpool. Like, they got the humor and they got his heart down in the first movie. I feel like they need to add a little bit more tragedy, because that's always been the heart of who Deadpool is. He's a guy who life is just unfair to all the time.
Yeah, the funny thing I
absolutely.
saw floating around was to have Andrew Garfield actually play his boyfriend, and they introduce his name and they just call him Pete. And I'm like,
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I hope they do that, because, like, as much as I love Marvel, that'd be a funny inside fuck you to Marvel and Sony, because he's not under contract anymore. It's like, who's this? Oh, because Deadpool is pansexual, so he might be polyamorous. There's no correlation, but it might be a thing. And Vanessa's like, well, Vanessa and I decided to try some swingers. This is our boyfriend, Pete. What's his last name? Don't worry about that. He's from New York. Really? Pete from New
Shut
York.
up.
Yeah. What's his job? Oh, he takes photos. Just
I called him Park
his
Peterson.
name is Parker. Is that his first name or last name? You just call him Parker. What's he do? Photographer for some newspaper. Some shit like that. Doesn't matter. He's a good lay.
Yeah, they had a helicarrier, they can do anything, but
Yeah, if
And
they can
they
get
had-
Bob the
that'd be a
helicarrier, I
very-
think they can
it'd
get
be a
away with
very
anything
good
nowadays.
Bob the helicarrier.
so
Well, it was
So-
just great that the writers were able to come out and say that was Bob the Hydra agent and that was Nick Fury's helicarrier in the movie. Apparently, Fox told them not to say that in any interviews whatsoever,
you.
and they were just like, "Fuck it." and they were just like, yeah, that was totally Bob the Hydra agent. And
Well, I
Nick
mean,
Fury's
didn't they have to
Helicarrier.
ask Kevin Feige for
y'all-
something, but it wasn't Bob. It was like something really random.
It was
Yeah,
for
they had
Negasonic
to ask
Teenage
for
Warhead,
her
actually.
due to some weird. What was up with that? I forget about that.
It's just a whole thing, but
Yeah, something about like the powers. They weren't like they changed it up a little bit or something. I believe.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we should.
Uh,
That was
yeah.
a good show.
think-
I liked it.
We get a lot of interesting things in that one.
Yeah, I think with that, we're going to close out for this week's show. So, this has been the Marvelite Podcast. I am your host, the Magnificent Will. Here we had co-host Luke.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
We had Magic Mike, a.k.a. Farewell34.
Scrub it in the tub.
We had Nasty Nick.
I participated this week again.
And Legendary Luke.
Yeah, I had fun. Y'all should have me on more often. I add so much more to the show.
Hey,
Clearly.
Before we get off, I have to plug in John Schnepp real quick. For everybody listening, he is doing a documentary. If you're not familiar with John Schnepp, he does Collider Heroes. It's a great podcast. I highly recommend you guys go check that out. It's on Collider, the YouTube page. But he is doing a new documentary called Sweaties Unite. I highly recommend that everybody go check out their Kickstarter page. It's basically a documentary about saving this industry. It's about how the comic book movie world has completely skyrocketed, and sales in comics and comic book stores have completely plummeted. They've almost hit rock bottom. So I highly recommend that you guys support it, donate, like, subscribe on Twitter. If you can, follow them, guys. They're doing some really good work over there.
And check out his other film, The Death of Superman Lives, if you haven't already.
Oh,
It's really
yeah.
Oh
good.
yeah,
I still need
it's
to-
so
I still need
good,
to check that
so
out.
good. Yeah, that features like Tim Burton, Kevin Smith. It's a great documentary.
Oh,
Check
yeah.
that out too.
Definitely on my own to watch list.
Yep.
But with that's been the Marvelite Podcast. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Hybrid Network. So we'll see you guys next week.